As I'm getting ready to bring my powder bun dry mix for sale to the public, people usually ask me exactly what do the powder buns taste like.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
To this I usually say it's like a cross between a cake and a cookie. But some people, just by looking at it online, in my videos, they'll say it reminds them of a scone. So I had to go look up exactly what a scone is because I didn't know. And I found out that there are two types of scones, a British scone and an American scone. So after looking it up, I realized they're not referring to a British scone because a British scone looks exactly like a biscuit. So I looked up the American scones, and what do you know? It uses the same ingredients as the powder buns. So let's take a look at what all it uses. It uses flour, sugar, baking powder, salt if you're not using a salted butter, and fresh fruits, in half and half cream or some type of heavy cream, right? So we use milk. So I decided I'm gonna try the scone today because if people ask me while I'm selling my mix out there to the public, if it tastes like a scone, I have to be able to give them an honest response. So let's make these scones, all right? So first of all, let's start by putting the flour in the bowl, and then I'm gonna add the brown sugar. This recipe calls for brown sugar, but I've seen other recipes that call for white sugar, but I'm gonna do brown sugar. And then the baking powder. It's not as much baking powder as I do in my Belizean powder bun, but it's still quite a bit. And then I don't have fresh fruits like blueberries and strawberries and stuff to add. So after I add the butter and work that in, I'm gonna go ahead and add just some raisins, just to put something sweet in there. And then I'm using heavy cream and 1 egg, and I'm gonna beat those together and then go ahead and add it into the mix. And it got super wet. It got more wet than my powder bun. And I'm just going to use flour to kind of get it together so I can knead a little bit, because you have to lightly knead. And then after lightly kneading, I'm just going to they said put it on an ungreased baking sheet. Don't grease the baking sheet. So I'm going to make it into a ball first, and then press it down like a disc. And then I'm supposed to cut it into wedges, so I'm just going to do fractions. Okay? I'm going to separate them, and then I'm supposed to bake them at 375 for like 20 minutes. And that's exactly what I did. And take a look at them. They look pretty good. But I wanted to show it on the bottom of this. This doesn't feel bad. It's soft. Oh, but it's too hot. Okay. I could see why Marie said it kind of reminds her of that. Inside of this is a little bit softer. Yeah, it's a little bit softer than the powder buns. John, I don't know if you want to come back and taste this, boo. You're good? I believe this has less sugar than the powder bun, but not by far. So this should be lightly sweet. Let me not put nothing on it. No powdered sugar, no what do you call the thing? No glaze. I'm glad I made it so I can taste it to compare. Because although the features look the same, and this doesn't taste bad, this doesn't taste like powder bun. This is a lot less sweet. I like the texture. Maybe if you put like fresh blueberries, fresh strawberries, it would be a little bit sweeter. I don't hate it. I really wish Joe would taste it. But honestly, guys, all I feel like doing is putting butter. Butter, baby. Or maybe jam. The texture of this is more like Belizean Johnny cake. It's not bad though. This is my first time trying a scone. You guys, it's really not bad. But I think a wetter fruit, not like raisins. Okay. It has scone-like features. The powder bun has scone-like features. But these are so different. So different. But this is really not bad. I'm glad I made it. I'm glad I tried it for the first time and I made it, okay? But this to me would go more with breakfast things like maybe egg. Or maybe if you put like the wet fruits in it. You could eat it like a snack, right? But I definitely feel butter or peanut butter in this. Although, when it comes to my Poda buns, I will put peanut butter on the bottom and eat it just to have some protein to slow down the sweet. You see how soft they were right after they baked, right? So this is the next day. They're a little bit harder, but not hard that you can't eat it, right? I feel like I should just cut this open and put butter and other stuff like that inside. This reminds me more of a Belizean Johnny cake than a Belizean Poda bun, but this is still good, and it's something that I would make again for my family. But the next time I do it, I would use some type of fresh fruit to put inside to see if that sweetens it a little bit more. So to answer the question, no, the scones, American scones or British scones, are not like Poda buns. All right, Poda buns are a different breed of dog, guys. Look what I did to this one. Stay tuned for a video coming up on this one, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. These go well on road trips. They go well on plane rides. They go well with everything, with coffee, tea, or me.
This is the Bare Pantry Show.